Listen, there was so much mess yesterday. So, as you can see, we are not in that death trap of a space. But last night, I am here with a group of women. We are creating a collective, and I'll really be able to tell you about that later. But we rented an Airbnb and we were super excited. And I don't know Atlanta like that. So, first, when we got there, and I think it said it was like southeast. Again, I don't know Atlanta. It was not far from the airport, but baby, when I tell you, and y'all know I'm from Brooklyn. So, if a Brooklyn girl is a little bit scared, then that means that you got to hide your kids, hide your wife, and make sure that you hold in your pocketbook close. But I was giving it a fair chance. I was like, maybe it's not going to be that bad. So I get there and I was the first person that got there. So I get there and I'm like, and I know the women that I'm doing this with, and I'm like, when I tell you like they corporate, they high class, yes. So I was like, I know I'm a little, but I'm like, am I the drama? Because I was really looking at the space like, I don't think that this is where we booked. I got you. Thank you so much. So here's the real funny part. I decided to take a black car from the airport because I was like, you know what? Let me be fancy real quick. Let me jump in a black car and go to this nice posh place. And baby, when I pulled up and I had to really evaluate, and then the driver pulled off pretty quickly because he thought I was safe and I was cool. But I honestly think it took me a second for things to like really sink in. And then I was like, maybe I'm at the wrong address. Maybe it's like around the back. And as I'm like circling this building, walking around, I started to really scratch my head like, am I on punked? Is this really where we booked? And so I tried to get in. That was a mess. And what it looked like, it was like an old school or an old church that someone, gutted, not even gutted, that they try to like form and fit into an Airbnb. Somebody had a building and it was like, you know what, the building just sitting here, so we might as well turn it into Airbnb. Literally, that is what happened. When I walked around the space, I was like, even on the outside, just the outside was crazy. Like the swing, the everything was a mess. And so getting into the space was difficult. But once you got in, I would say outside was like a one, a zero or one. Inside, I would say I would have gave it like a six. Would have gave it somewhere around there, and that's probably me being really nice, but it just was not well done. Like, I've been to places and I think I would have been okay if like the place itself was like not great on the outside, but not like with the furniture and the things that they had, but just like it wasn't like the neighborhood wasn't great. But then when you walked in, you were like, ooh, I know where they spent their money. I don't know where they spent their money. I have no idea where these people, they try to do it with the least amount of money possible, and you can tell. And so like I toured the place and I was like, yeah, I don't think that we're gonna be able to stay here. And the lights weren't working in some parts of it. There was like cots for you to sleep on. Like, we're adults. Who are sleeping on these cots? We are not 12. Like, even my kid wouldn't want to be on this. It was just the community space. I will say this, the community space was like nicely, like it was good. And I think everybody was open to it not being this traditional space. It was supposed to give like bohemian chic, and this shit gave, I don't know what. It gave a mess, and not our kind of mess. It gave a hot mess. And so we had to like figure out in that moment what to do. And the person kind of leading and kind of, supporting the group, she was like, new Airbnb, it is. We ain't gonna do this. It ain't gonna be where we're gonna be at. And when I tell you we're in a nice, little, like a nice Airbnb, and I think just like the Buckhead neighborhood, okay, I could do a sigh of relief because where we were before, it was, and on top of it, what was worse about the space is it was cold. It was a space in which, like, they had heaters in every room. And it wasn't even fancy heater. It was, like, it, for the price point and for the space, it wasn't, it just, yeah, did not give luxury, bohemian chic in any shape, format, anything. And these people should be ashamed of themselves because I really feel like if you put up there what you're getting, I think people will be like, okay, you decide. But you kind of trying to mask it to make it look like this cool space. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. So we quickly, canceled the Airbnb, and then now we're in a new Airbnb. This right here, now this is an Airbnb of luxury for our retreat. It was so good. So, so good. So this is the home for the R6 Collective. So we're doing strategy, planning, beautiful, beautiful space. So light and airy. Ooh. But yes, this is what was supposed to be giving. Got a nice, oh, that's a huge pool. It's a beautiful home. So yeah, that is what happened. Grateful that we were able to shift and for it to not impact like the work that we had to do this weekend, because what we're doing right now is really powerful. I can't wait to tell you guys about R6 Collective, what it is, who we are, what we do. It is built with excellence, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this. So grateful. Look at this bathroom.